Mr. Clean? What made Mr. Clean so mean? Dirt, he hates dirt. New, mean, Mr. Clean, the meanest cleaner you've ever seen. He hates dirt. No other kind of cleaner on the face of the earth cleans like new, mean Mr. Clean. No liquid, no powder, no cleanser, no detergent, no soap, nope. Nothing cleans like new, mean Mr. Clean. New, mean Mr. Clean. You love new, mean Mr. Clean. He hates dirt. New, mean Mr. Clean. He hates dirt. New, mean Mr. Clean. He hates dirt. I love him.
Conspiracy by the masters of the galaxy to invade our planet with human-like robots programmed to kill.
Yes, Mr. Martin, androids. Superhuman robots.
You tremble in horror as this android scientist creates electronic brains and with his monster machine duplicates live human bodies.
Do you have any human emotion?
Ardent lovers become mortal enemies when one is duplicated and ordered to hate, to murder. Beware. The person next to you may be a deadly android, a member of this frightening society of robots, geared to destroy you. Beware of these cruel, heartless machines they call androids. You'll freeze with fear as you enter the cold world of the living dead, where terror dwells and horror waits for you. The Human Duplicators.
Hello, kiddies, boils and ghouls, ladies, and mental men. It's your old friend Halloween Jack, and you're watching the eXtempore Files with my old friend Juke Suha. Keep watching, or else.
Hoy ahoy, mates! Be prepared as we travel toward the natural satellite of planet Earth. This journey promises to be exciting as we study a file from 1965. eXtempore, open HUD. Thank you. Traveling amongst the stars, as I do, can be a lonely adventure. Being the one, shall we say, in command has its advantages. eXtempore, bring HUD online to begin file. Thank you. We shall once more be viewing a potential historical reenactment that will be presented in glorious black and white. The truth is out there, whether in color or not. Get comfortable, keep a cool head and open mind as we open this eXtempore file.
And converging on our course.
Emergency quarters, all personnel report to emergency stations immediately. Emergency quarters, all personnel report to emergency stations immediately.
Help me, Tom Cruise!
Evasive maneuvers. Generators ready, sir. Another one of those communication satellites, Captain, 1960-70 type.
It's closing fast, sir. Range 500, and directly in our orbit pattern.
Activate horizontal number 3, 25 degrees. Stand by vertical control jets. Standing by. Activate vertical control, 4-second thrust. Correct horizontal tilt. Lieutenant Engston, contact ESAR at base and tell them that another of those 30-year-old derelicts has shown up. It's a definite hazard. And give them my new orbital pattern.
Yes, sir.
Well, I'll never understand why they let so much junk appear in those early space years. Secure from quarters, Major. Secure from emergency quarters. All personnel secure from quarters. Phase 2 can be built in half the time it took for the first, and for half the cost. General, the discovery of these ice caves opens up an entirely new area of thought. With water, we can produce our own construction materials right on the site. The savings in transporting raw materials will be tremendous.
Yes, if we can convert that ice to water. It may not be that simple.
Captain Stevens, have we heard from Lunar Base yet?
Not yet, sir. We're still trying.
We should be able to incorporate solar power reflectors. The heat they can produce will certainly melt ice.
Yes, I know. I wasn't thinking of that. It's a human element that concerns me. Tell me, when will we know about those soil samples from the Mare Imbrium area?
In about a week. The geologists are studying every possibility. So far, no sign of ore deposit.
General Nolan, communications is receiving from probe ship number 5 at the lunar excavation. Major Towers is standing by.
Right on schedule. Now we'll find something about those ice caves. All right, Captain, put them on my confidential channel.
Towers, this is Nolan. Are you reading me?
I read you, General. How's the weather down there?
It's beautiful. What did you find in those ice caves? Did you get me any samples?
I've got a check of everything I can see. I'm even bringing you a cake of moon ice.
Good work, Major. Stand by. We'll program you and return flight plan R350. You'll have layover on the space station. The transport ship isn't scheduled to leave Earth until next week. You won't mind that slight delay, will you, Towers?
Mind, General? I planned it that way.
All right. Have a good trip, and don't lose those samples. Over.
See you next week, General. Over and out.
Colonel, I'd give 10 years of my life to be out there with those boys. It's your own fault. You set the age limit. I know, but I'd still like to be out there.
Switch to automatic pilot. Flight plan R350.
Flight plan R350. Check. Automatic pilot on.
Cabin pressure? Okay. Oxygen and ventilation? Okay.
Fuel consumption normal. Radio and radar on.
Well, we're on our way home, Don, without a hitch. I told you there was nothing to it. Just sit back and let the electronic skipper sail you safely through the hazardous seas of star-studded space.
Sure. Sure, nothing to it.
You'll get used to it. The first trip out is the only rough one. After that, it's like cruising down a freeway in a wrong lane blindfolded.
Tell me something, Major. What did you mean when you told General Nolan that you planned it that way? The layover on the space station, I mean. What's so special about it?
It's not what, Weber. It's who.
Who? Okay, who?
You've heard of heavenly bodies, haven't you? Well, kid, in about 8 hours, you're going to see a real, live, living one. You'll probably put in for an immediate transfer for a tour of duty on the space station. But don't. You'll be too late. In 1 more month, you'll be transferred back to Earth and into the arms of her Prince Charming. And happiness ever after.
You don't mean Lieutenant Ingstrom, that great big beautiful blonde with a binary brain.
That's right. I do not mean Lieutenant Connie Ingstrom. I mean Faith Montaigne.
The civilian biochemist? I didn't know she was out here. Is she supposed to really be something?
Now, you can take my word for it. It's no supposition. It's a fact. To SSX-7. Prober 5 to Space Station X-7. Are you receiving? Come in, SSX-7.
Hello, Prober Ship 5. We read you clear and clean. Standing by to receive your transmit. Over.
Prober 5. Major Towers, Captain Weber. Preceding Space Station X-7. On flight plan R350. ETA 1330. We carry coal cargo. En route, Earth Base, West Coast. Do you read me? Over.
Your message received, Major Towers. Proceed according to your plan of operation. Over.
Oh, what's the matter?
Oh, nothing. Just an itch. Maybe we can get a bath on that space station.
he won't be fit to live with if the Dodgers win this one.
I'm not watching a ball game, Lieutenant Livingston.
Of course not. You'll probably be following the progress of Hurricane Nora. I hear she's been a very naughty girl.
You're wrong again. Station Z's on weather duty.
He's studying the Central American Canal.
Well, Probe 5 is due in at 13:30 with Major Towers and Captain Weber. I've already confirmed their approach plan.
Cold cargo. Geological specimens from the Lunar 2 area. Well, we won't have any radiation to worry about. That's a relief. But you better run a routine analysis anyway, Doctor.
Yes, I'll go right down to the laboratory and alert Miss Montaigne. She'll want to have the molecular scope ready.
And she'll be on cloud 99 when she hears her Flash Gordon's on his way.
Hank, I suggest you call it a day. You look a bit weary.
I feel fine.
You must get more rest. Now look, I'm only the doctor.
I'll only remain a few more minutes. But please don't ride me. I've had enough experience in space to know when I've had it. Well, I haven't. Not yet.
Don't you think it's about time he got his feet back on some solid ground?
What do you mean, Connie?
You know what I mean. If ever I saw a man headed for the deeps, it's him. And I don't want to see it.
What can I do? Look, with the rest of you, I can demand. But he is the captain. I've tried to do everything I can do, but he's a pretty stubborn man.
How's this, Mommy?
Oh, that looks good. Hi, darling. Hurry and get ready for dinner. PTA meeting tonight.
Ellen, please. I just got home. Don't rush me. Control yourself. Sure you have a headache. You're tense, irritable. Don't take it out on her.
You need Anacin for fast relief. The big difference in Anacin makes a big difference in the way you feel. Minutes after taking Anacin, headache pain's gone. So tension's gone. Irritability's gone. You're in control again. You see, Anacin is a combination of ingredients that contains the pain reliever prescribed most by doctors. So for headache pain, remember, an aspirin tablet gives some relief, and with buffering you get some. But an Anacin gives this same pain relief, plus extra relief power, plus the power of an extra ingredient. So millions get fast relief without stomach upset. The big difference in Anacin makes a big difference in the way you feel.
On a hot summer night, when sleep seems impossible, how cooling this looks and feels. That's how cool your face can feel with Breeze Fresh Noxzema Skin Cream. It's the beauty cream that cools as it cleanses. Greaseless, medicated, Noxzema makes every summer cleansing a cooling complexion cleanup. Noxzema cleans away sticky makeup, rinses off with water, just like soap. But unlike soap, Noxzema restores moisture to sun-parched, summer-dry skin. Cools as it softens and smooths. Never leaves your pillow hot and sticky like greasy night creams. So if you'd like your skin to feel this cool, look lovely even without makeup, get Noxzema Skin Cream or new Noxzema Liquid Skin Cream. Cools as it cleanses.
Wow! Traffic close to the moon of Earth can be a little crazy. I've never been, but apparently there are ice caves. Space can be cold enough without venturing into frigid unknowns. Released March of 1965, Mutiny in Outer Space would be part of a double feature along with The Human Duplicators. Producer-director Hugo Grimaldi would be the one responsible for bringing these files to our attention.
Yeah? So sue me!
Not only did he provide the information in regards to those two potential reenactments of possible historical events, he would also enlighten us with the Phantom Planet, Gigantus, the Fire Monster, Hercules and the Captive Women, Assignment Outer Space, I bombed Pearl Harbor. Well, not me, not I bombed. What I mean is it was an English version Grimaldi produced, not something I did. Our current feature, Mutiny in Outer Space was originally distributed by Woolner Brothers Pictures at an estimate of around $90,000. It took a whole week to complete. Filmed entirely on set in Hollywood, California, its original working titles were Space Station X, then Invasion from the Moon. Those titles did not satisfy their itch for creativity, and they all scratched their heads until deciding on the film's title as we know it today. But enough silly trivia. I'm anxious, as I know you are, to continue with our file. eXtempore, please restore HUD. Thank you. Please resume file where we left off.
Done everything I can do.
Well, you might try requesting he be transferred. After all, he wouldn't have to know. I'm in charge of communications.
And by some strange coincidence, you just happen to be a bit in the deeps yourself. About him, no?
Me fall for the skipper?
Please stand clear of the door.
I wouldn't take that kind of treatment from a man I wanted
Por
unless...
favor, manténganse alejado de las
Unless he
puertas.
asked me to.
Going up.
Well, it isn't the farmer's daughter. And how's your garden grow?
Why, Dr. Hoffman, whatever brings you to these remote parts of the outer world?
This is an enchanted forest. And legend has it that a lovely nymph lives herein.
'Tis true, 'tis true. But alas, tonight you are too late. One has already won the fair maiden's hand.
Naturally. But only because I'm a true scientist and not some adventurous hot rocketeer. Probe Ship 5's coming in from the moon with some new geological samples. The captain wants a thorough check run on them.
Oh, what's the nature of the material? Do we know?
Non-active and stable, I imagine. These are specimens from a new excavation near the new lunar base there. The ice caves.
The ice caves. Well, then Gordon will be on Prober 5.
Oh, yes. I forgot to mention that. Yes, Major Tires will be along, too.
Why didn't you say so in the first place? Some friend you are. How much time have I got?
About 6 hours.
Oh, golly, what a mess. I'd better hurry. Gordon wouldn't know me if he saw me like this.
I have a feeling it wouldn't make much difference. True love hath no eyes. So they say.
They say it's sometimes a blind old dreamer. Anyway, I'd rather not take any chances. Especially with Miss Out of This World around.
Tighten your belt. This will be a rough one. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get it. Station control, we're standing by. Over.
You are now in the magnetic
magnetic field. On signal switch controls to automagnetic. Our gravitation beam will convey you onto the landing platform. Over.
Rover 5. Wilco. Standing by. Hello, station control. We are now in automagnetic and locked on your graviton beam. Over and out. Okay, done. Suit up.
Outer door closed.
Outer door closed, sir.
Equalize pressure in the chamber.
Pressure equalized, sir.
Hello, Towers. Welcome aboard. Glad to be here, Colonel Cromwell. I have a cargo with me. Yes, I know. Stand by. Suits off? Masks on? Yes, sir. We're ready. Hold the temperature to the minimum.
Yes, sir.
Sterilized chamber.
Instant clean. Laundry mats for people. Whatever happened to the bathtubs?
They're old-fashioned. Went out with cigarettes. Bad for the health, you know.
Yes, but so's drinking. People still do it. Next few genie eyes are gonna ban kissing.
My hope not. All right.
Gas off. Steam off. Air condition.
Gas off, steam off, air conditioning on, sir.
You all ready there, Towers? Clean as a newborn Astro baby. Open the inner door.
Yes, sir.
Sergeant Andrews? Stand by to remove cargo capsule to the laboratorium.
Yes, sir.
Major Towers, good to see you again. Good to be here. Captain Weber, welcome aboard. What, are you looking for something? Someone. She hasn't been transferred already. Oh, no. She's probably in her room preparing her surprise entrance. Quarters ready for these, Mendelson?
Yes, sir. And a hot meal.
Oh, that sounds good. We've been on synthetics for a week. Hey, 1/2 gravity. This feels good. Hello, Dr. Hoffman. Welcome. Connie? Well, if it isn't the outer limits.
But it's off limits to you, Captain.
Quickly. Jesus. Doctor, get into the infirmary at once and give him a complete checkup. And you better have one, too, Towers. I can't afford to have 2 sick astronauts on my hands. Yes. We'll talk later, Major. I'll be in my cabin. Yes, sir. That's a tough break. His first assignment? Yes. And a good kid, too. This will ground him for sure. General Nolan's cracking the whip on physical fitness. How about holding up the report? For a while, anyway. Maybe it's only a sick stomach.
I believe we can do that. Could you show the captain to his quarters? I have the duty.
Yes, sir.
Good night.
Good night, dear.
Is that Jimmy?
His stomach's probably upset. What did you feed him at the game?
A couple of hot dogs, some ice cream, popcorn.
No wonder.
Oh, we better give him some...
Pepto-Bismol.
Help turn his restless night to restful sleep with Pepto-Bismol. Pepto-Bismol has coatability for soft, smooth coating action that comes between him and stomach distress. Look, here's the leading alkalizer. A plain antacid tablet dissolved in water. And Pepto-Bismol. Who has coatability? Watch. None here. None here. Pepto-Bismol has coatability that spreads like a creamy blanket of relief over his irritated stomach, soothes away indigestion, nausea, and what's called distress in the lower tract. Coatability in Pepto-Bismol gives him this special kind of relief. No wonder many hospitals use Pepto-Bismol.
Don't wait to be told. You need Palmolive Gold. First continuous action deodorant soap that's Palmolive Mild. An antibacterial soap that's good to your skin. Use daily. Palmolive Gold protects against odor-causing bacteria. All day, all night. Gives you a golden, healthy glow.
Don't wait to be told. You need Palmolive Gold.
What's happened to the circus parade?
Look, it's a giant white tornado. It's so big.
What did they do to it? They made Ajax stronger. It's the new white tornado. It's concentrated with ammoniol. Oh, you'll have to scrub that dirt. Not with Ajax. It's strong enough to take up the worst kind of dirt.
There it goes again.
New Ajax liquid cleans the whole floor without rinsing.
Cleans everything like a white tornado.
Another important announcement from Brill Cream. Men, beware. Use one dab of Brill Cream. Just a little dab makes your hair look excitingly clean, disturbingly healthy. This man dared to use 2 dabs. Now he's in trouble. We refuse to be responsible.
Brill Cream, a little dab will do ya. Or watch out, the gals will all pursue ya.
Now from the makers of Brill Cream, a word to the ladies. Poor gal, there's no one to care. But what can you do for tired hair?
Give it bounce and shine. You can wash them in with the new shampoo called Silvercrin. It does more than clean because built right in is the natural pep of pure Silvercrin.
Everyone knows that's good for your hair. It's what helps put the liveliness there. Try Silvercrin shampoo. You'll declare helps wash new pep into tired hair.
You look pretty good, Connie. Life on the space station must agree with you.
Well, you know why I'm out here again.
Making any progress?
With Cromwell. It's like trying to reach escape velocity. A World War III jet.
Well, don't give up. He's worth it.
Well, he won't be. He stays out here much longer. His tour of duty was up 2 months ago. But you know how he gets his way with Nolan. Where I made my mistake was in not going after a pushover. Like you, Major.
Sure, Lieutenant, honey. And that's the smartest mistake you ever made.
Very best sweet.
Thank you, ma'am.
Now, if you need anything, just flash your rank.
I'll do that.
Hi.
Hi.
Oh, Gordon, I miss you so much. So lonely out here.
With all these men around?
Don't tease me not now.
Faith, you know these quarters are out of bounds.
According to military regulations, perhaps, but I'm a civilian, remember?
Oh, the flowers are great. You grow them yourself? And, I brought you a present, some video records. Latest hit tunes.
Later.
No.
Yes, now.
Dr. Montaigne, please report to the infirmary. Faith Montaigne, please report to Dr. Hoffman in the infirmary. Acknowledge, please. All right, Lieutenant, right away.
Dear Connie.
She's all right. You just have to get to know her.
I'd rather you didn't. Later?
Later.
To my knowledge, Colonel, pressure changes have never brought on symptoms like this. And I I believe we can rule out space raptures, too. Too much weightlessness produces hallucinations, but no high temperatures. This man's on fire.
I know I've seen the raptures before. Synthetic food poisoning, maybe?
No, it isn't that. Faith's run a test on that. She's checking his blood right now. Very frankly, at the moment, I don't know what's wrong with this boy. It's something new to me.
It's always this way. Just when we think we have space under control, some new barrier looms up. There are things out there we may never understand or live with.
Have you found anything, Faith?
I'll show you in a minute, Doctor.
Frank, why don't you try to get some rest? I'll let you know anything we find out. We'll do our very best.
Please stop worrying about me, Doctor.
He never gets any rest. I do worry about him.
Doctor, look at this. It's the sample from the whelp on Captain Webber's leg. I've never seen anything like it before. It resembles a common bacteria, but it's grown. Why, it's almost twice as large as it was a few minutes ago.
Are you certain?
I'm positive. I could barely see it before. That's why I didn't mention it.
What the hell?
What is it, Doctor?
That whelp on Webber's leg. It may not be as simple blister as I thought. Let's take another look. It's grown at an amazing rate.
Wait, don't touch it.
What is it, Faith?
That looks like some kind of a fungus. If it is, we all may be in a lot of trouble.
His pain's increasing. What kind of trouble, Faith? I'm not as well versed in fungi as you are.
Well, some types of fungi are capable of killing living animal cells if they get into the bloodstream.
And the microbe in his blood sample could be that kind of fungus.
And if it is, Captain Webber is dying. And there's nothing we can do about it at this stage.
Look, we got to think and act fast. Now, we've got to isolate Webber before the spores have a chance to spread.
The decompression chamber can be sealed.
Yes. Faith, where are you going?
To the lab to analyze those moon samples. If that is a fungus, it must have come from the ice caves. Dr. Hoffman, Gordon's been with Captain Webber all the time. Give him a thorough examination.
Yes, of course. I'll call him right away. Thanks. Oh, and Faith, I don't think we should say anything to anybody about this until we're more certain. Not even to Colonel Cromwell.
You're right.
Now, I'm going to show you 3 things, and you've got to tell me what you do with them. Number 1, a pint of... Well, you seem to know what to do with that one, all right. Number 2, a handkerchief. Excellent. Remember, coughs and sneezes spread diseases. Now, number 3, a bowl of disinfectant. Hey, you don't drink it, man. That's for the soiled handkerchief, which is full of germs. You put the handkerchief into the disinfectant, which kills the germs and so stops the spread of infection. Now, let's get this quite clear. You sneeze into the handkerchief and then put the handkerchief into a bowl of disinfectant to kill the germs. Not in with the family's washing. Got it? Sure? Good. Remember, don't spread germs.
Oh, what in the... Oh, looks like a small glitch might give us a little time to discuss the crew of Space Station X7. James Dobson as Dr. Hoffman has suggested that it might be a good idea to keep the current situation hush-hush. Dobson performed in movies and television between the years of 1941 and 1987. Sadly, that would be the same year he would die of a heart attack. In our current file, he appears to work closely with the female crew members, and well, who can blame him, right? Pamela Curran portrays Lieutenant Connie Engstrom. Most will remember her immediately for her role in the 1958 film The Blob and her intense performance as smooching teenager. She worked mainly in television and made appearances on Hogan's Heroes, The Green Hornet, Alfred Hitchcock Presents, and Man from U.N.C.L.E. Ms. Curran would pass away in September of 2023 at the age of 94. Major Gordon Towers is the character assumed by William Leslie. Leslie appeared in television and films but never held the leading role. He had a short 15-year career from 1952 until 1967. In our current file, he impatiently pilots his spacecraft back to see his love interest, the only civilian aboard Space Station X7, biochemist Dr. Faith Montaigne. Dr. Faith is portrayed by lovely dark-haired actress Dolores Faith. Ms. Faith is a native of Cleveland, Ohio. Originally blonde, would dye her hair to better match her natural skin tone. Before acting, she worked as a model and dance instructor. With only an 11-year career in acting, she worked mostly television roles, but she is certainly remembered for her small role as the pretty mute girl Zetha in The Phantom Planet. She would, the same year of the file we are reviewing now, 1965, be part of the cast of the film The Human Duplicators, which I have a feeling might be opened at a very near future date. The same year, she would appear in House of the Black Death. Any of you that frequent the Monster Channel will likely remember our friend the Bone Jangler discussing the potential erroneous reports of Dolores Faith Hedges' year of death.
Dig it. Whoa!
While it was reported that she may have passed away in 1990 at the age of 48, author Tom Licente, in his book about Hollywood glamour girls, would claim that Dolores was still alive and living in Florida as of year 2006. That, too, is a long time ago, and with time travel not allowed, we just have to wonder. I wonder just how far the virus aboard X7 will spread, and will it cause any health issues?
My God, what is it? My God, what is it? My God, what is it?
It's later.
Gordon, are you all right?
Of course I'm all right. There's something wrong?
No. Did you see Dr. Hoffman?
Mm-hmm. He says I'm the perfect man.
Did he say anything else about Captain Weber, I mean?
Only that he was very sick with a high fever. Some kind of virus. I don't think it's too serious. What's wrong, Faith? Something's troubling you.
No. No, just tired, I guess. Well, tell you the truth, I was worried about you. I was afraid you might have caught that virus, too.
No, the real truth is the station duty's getting you down. I'm taking you back with me on the transport.
My assignment isn't finished till next month.
Well, to heck with that. I'll just ask General Nolan to assign you to me.
Oh, that I want to see.
You underestimate the amazing powers of Major Towers. Now, if the General doesn't say yes, I'll just, show up without his precious moon samples. It's all a question of having faith.
Attention all personnel, attention all personnel. Report to your emergency stations.
There is a conspiracy aboard this station.
It never fails. Every week we have an emergency drill. Always when I'm right in the middle of something important.
Well, that's Colonel Cromwell for you. If a man is to survive out there in those uncharted seas of space, he must be prepared to cope with any sudden emergency. The unpredictable, the unknown dangers of space. And you know something? He's right. Let's go.
Well, which way did it go, George? Which way did it go?
Laboratorium area clear of personnel, Captain.
Seal off the lab.
Recreation and crew quarters clear of personnel.
Seal off outer rim area C and area D. Radar blip at same bearing, Captain. Coming in at 272. Range 8000 miles. Closing, sir.
This is Dr. Hoffman. I'm remaining in the infirmary with a patient.
Very well, Dr. Hoffman. Seal off area A. Area B will remain open. Yes, sir. It's closing fast, Captain. 10 miles per second.
Meteor shower?
It's like more than a shower. Trajectory angle?
122 degrees high. Bearing in now 275.
Range now 6500 miles. Lieutenant, tune in trimetric delineator. Get our course relation plot.
Yes, sir. Meteors, Gordon?
Yes, coming this way and fast.
Think I hit us?
No, it isn't likely. We're only a tiny speck, and there's a lot of space out there.
Bearing is now 278. Range 5200 miles.
Trimetric report coming in now, Captain.
What is it, Kenny?
Lieutenant. What is it, Lieutenant?
Our course relation pattern is converged to 0. Plus or minus 500 miles. Collision course, Captain.
Collision course.
Captain, we're on a collision course with the meteors. Plus or minus 500 miles.
Thank you, Connie. What's the time factor?
What's the range now, Sergeant?
4500.
7.5 minutes.
All right, stand by for evasive maneuvers. Yes, sir. Ready all elevators. Now, let's take a look at that enemy of ours.
There it is. It'll be a near miss.
Range now 6200 miles. Trajectory course plus 500 clearing, Captain.
It will be a near miss. We've been hit.
Correct station horizontal attitude. The lab. Those pressures drop below normal, sir. It's holding steady. The whole inner wall is resealed. That's not too serious. After we secure station, send a crew out to repair the outer wall. Yes, sir. You'll have to hold up your work a few hours. Secure personnel from emergency quarters. Lieutenant, relay a full report recording to ESAW bases both east and west.
Yes, sir.
Colonel Cromwell, this is Hoffman. Could you and Miss Fontaine come to the infirmary at once, please?
It's Captain Weber.
Yes, Doctor. Right away.
And for this we volunteered?
You forget, Connie. Only the best can qualify as or not.
What's going on in the infirmary? Faith turned white just now.
I don't know. But I'm going to find out.
U.S. Space Authority SSX-7 calling USSAW on private channel number 2. Do you receive? Over.
All personnel secure from emergency quarters. Secure from emergency quarters.
And we got to spray the entire space station with fungicide. All personnel must report for examination. Anyone who's come into contact with this thing could...
Good what, Dr. Hoffman? What's wrong with Weber?
Captain Weber is dead.
Dead? It was more than a virus fever, Major. Your friend Weber was infected with some unknown kind of fungus. It's literally eaten him up.
But a fungus? Where? The moon caves. That's why you were searching the samples so carefully.
I haven't finished yet. The meteor interrupted me.
You should have told me.
We had to be sure first. Could have been something else. Well, now we know. And all of our lives are in jeopardy.
Dr. Hoffman, do you realize a thing like this could put us in quarantine? Now, where's Weber? I want to see him.
I'd rather you didn't, Frank. He's a pretty terrible sight.
I'd like to see for myself.
All right, Captain. If you insist. Are you convinced?
There's nothing unusual in there.
Nothing unusual. Captain, that fungus could spread.
One word of this to anyone, is that clear? I won't have this station panic-stricken.
Panic-stricken? Captain, you must report this to the Earth base at once. It's your duty, sir. We may need their help.
It's my duty to protect my crew. General Nolan will only quarantine us. Do you know what that can mean, Major Towers? We depend upon Earth transports for supplies.
Frank, we've got supplies enough on this ship to last for 3 months, longer if necessary. And Faith can always manufacture more food in the lab.
Unless the supplies become contaminated. That's why we must sterilize the station immediately.
No. We'll do as I say. Captain Weber died from pressure shock. And that's what will be reported to General Nolan.
But Captain...
Major Towers! If any other person aboard this station is told anything differently, I'll hold you responsible. Now, is that clear?
Yes, sir. Must realize what could happen if that fungus gets to Earth and starts spreading.
He's become a very sick man, Major. Too many months out here without relief. You know the effects of prolonged weightlessness?
Even half gravity isn't enough after a while.
He's on the brink of space raptures.
He should be grounded.
I think that's what he's afraid of. He knows this is his last command in space.
There's only one thing to do. It may be a dangerous move.
It's very dangerous. But you can count on me to help. Count on me to help. Count on me to help. Count on me to help.
Are you going to fix fried chicken, Mommy? Can I help?
I don't fry chicken anymore. But you can help me with the shake and bake. Now you shake. Now we bake.
Great fried chicken. Nice and crisp, moist and tender.
It's not fried.
It's not?
It's shake and bake, and I'll help.
Shake and bake. 3 flavors for chicken, 1 for fish.
Supper time. Time for something light and a little bit luscious. Chicken of the sea tuna a la king, made with good light chicken of the sea, creamed with sautéed mushrooms and served on toast. Delicate and delicious, as always, because it's always been made from only the prime fillet and pressure baked to stay moist and delectable. My, it's already dark. There. Consistently delicious chicken of the sea. Look for my little sister on the label.
Had any really good days lately? Like when the sun shines brighter, and people seem friendlier, and work goes faster? Days like that? Well, the really good days start out good with new Carnation Instant Breakfast. They start out good because new Carnation Instant Breakfast makes milk a balanced meal. With as much protein as 2 fresh eggs, as much mineral nourishment as 2 strips of crisp bacon, more energy than 2 slices of buttered toast, plus vitamin C, the orange juice vitamin. Instant breakfast tastes good too, really good. So remember, the really good days start out good with new Carnation Instant Breakfast. Really good.
Well, it looks like we might witness a real creeping terror aboard Space Station X7 if that moon cave fungus can't be controlled. One crew member has already seemed to have a very negative reaction, even though our leader, Colonel Frank Cromwell, has made it clear there's nothing unusual. Cromwell appears to be suffering from what is being called space raptures. In other words, and without being politically correct, he's gone nuts from being in space too long. Colonel Cromwell's part has been taken by Texas native Charles Richard Garland, using his middle name Richard for his acting career, which began in 1951. He too, like a couple of the other performers in our current file, had experience in film, stage, and television. All of that in only 18 years from 1951 through 1969. Never hitting the leading man mark, he would work in westerns, war, and fantasy films. Along with beginning his acting career in 1951, it would be the same year he would wed Beverly Garland. Their marriage would end by 1953, and that may have been around the time Richard began drinking heavily. That would, as a consequence, lead to not only the end of his career, but listed as his actual cause of death in 1969 at the age of 41. I'm certain, however, our crew will find a way to isolate this fungal virus, and fortunately, according to Dr. Hoffman, they have enough provisions to last them months at a time. Hopefully, Benadryl is in their medicine cabinets. We should take a short intermission break for supplies to last until the end of the current eXtempore file.
Five, four, three, two, one. Blast off for the fantastic space age shock show, The Wizard of Mars, starring John Carradine. The Wizard of Mars. Never before in the history of motion picture technology has there been anything like the frightening new dimension of ultra-depth. It's not 3D, it's new. The most thrilling movie experience of all time. The Wizard of Mars dares you to remain seated as gigantic fireballs crash out of the screen and explode over your head. The Wizard of Mars double dares you to remain in the theater as a Martian electrical storm crashes into the audience. The Wizard of Mars triple dares you to retain control of your mind as telepathic creatures attack your brain, crash diving into a thundering time storm to experience the most incredible screen journey ever taken. A beautiful girl and three desperate men against the fury of Mars, the alien beauty of the Martian landscape, and the glistening subterranean Martian canals as you ride the rapids into the fiery depths of the Martian underworld. Journey through the Valley of Fire at the center of the Red Planet. Enter, if you dare, the haunted Martian city of the dead. Beware of the ghost-like creatures who refuse to die. Encounter the Colossus of the universe, the mighty Wizard of Mars, conqueror of 1,000 worlds, master of the stars. Witness a battle with a gigantic spiked pendulum of death at the center of time. See the Holocaust as two great universal forces destroy the mighty Martian time dome. Don't miss The Wizard of Mars, starring John Carradine as the Wizard, with this great cast at a specially equipped theater or drive-in in ultra-depth, color by Deluxe.
And now, on with the show.
Colonel Howard. He may be with Captain Stoddard at Space Medicine.
Calling Dr. Howard, Dr. Fine, Dr. Howard. Calling Dr. Howard, Dr. Fine, Dr. Howard.
Code you saw SX7 1212. At 0700, Captain Weber collapsed. At 1100 today, he died. Cause of death, shock due to sudden pressure changes while entering parallel orbit with this space station. This is terrible news. Captain Weber was in excellent condition. I don't understand how this could happen. And I regret to inform you that Major Tower's attitude since arriving this station is not in best interest of my command, nor the U.S. Space Agency. Colonel Frank Cromwell, Commanding Officer, Space Station X7, March 25th, 1990. What in the tarnation is going on out there? You know Major Towers, don't you?
I'm afraid I do, sir.
Well, this doesn't sound like him to me.
Frankly, General, this entire report strikes me as very unusual.
Evans, have you contacted Colonel Howard yet?
Yes, sir. He's already left for the rocket test area. You're expected there at 16:30, General.
Yes, I know. All right, Captain. Contact personnel. Have them make out a report on Weber. And tell him to hold up the telegram to his home. I'll take care of that myself.
Yes, sir.
Major Evans, have my copter stand by. I'll be leaving in 10 minutes. And inform the pilot I'll be making one stop on the way to the test area.
Yes, sir.
All right. I see that questioning look. What's on your mind?
I thought it might be better if I went with you to Captain Weber's home. This is going to hit Kitty awfully hard. They've just got married, you know.
You're right. Meet me at the heliport right away.
Yes, sir.
What is it, Lieutenant?
It's a communique from General Nolan, sir.
And what does it say?
He'd like to know if you could clarify your last report. He'd like to have a few more facts, especially in regards to Major Tower's attitude.
A billion-star system in that great nebula, Connie. The probability that at least 1% of them resembles our own.
Do you really believe there are other living beings out there like ourselves?
I'm certain of it. And much closer than in Messier 8. The probability law states that conditions for life as we know it should exist on at least 100,000 planets here in our own galaxy.
And you can't wait to get out there and find them, can you?
It's a great distance from here to the nearest neighboring star, Connie. Proxima Centauri is more than 4 light years away.
Well, that's only 6 trillion miles as a crow flies. At the speed of light, that is.
We'll never make it in my lifetime. No, this is the end of it.
This is your captain. Correct the horizontal latitude at once. Do you read me?
Do you wish to reply to the General's request now?
No. Not right now, Connie.
Has the pressure been fully restored down in the lab, Sergeant?
Yes, sir, and it's holding. And Major, that chunk of meteor made a hole about the size of a golf ball. The impact might have shaken things up a little down there.
We'll soon find out. Lieutenant, just a minute, please. I'll be down shortly. What did the captain say in that report to Nolan?
It was coded, I don't know. I wouldn't tell you anyway, you know that.
What's he been telling you, Connie? Why the cold front?
Cold? Like he says, you've been imagining things.
Listen, you know as well as I do that Cromwell is a sick man. I need your help before
Major
something...
Towers. Colonel Cromwell is in command of the station. I'll not be a part of any conspiracy against him. Is that all, sir?
Yes, for the moment.
Here's the trouble. The centrifuge broke loose, jammed against the main switch. Let there be light, and there.
What a mess.
Well, it could be worse.
Yeah, I guess so. Are ruined.
Not the ice cake, I hope.
Melted.
And the plants?
No, they're all right. All the damage is in this area.
The impact of the meteor knocked the centrifuge loose. The inner wall cracked, but it resealed itself nicely.
Faith, how long will it take you to complete your analysis?
Oh, about an hour or two. I'll have to start all over again. Some of the samples have become mixed.
Well, work as fast as you can. I don't want to send in a report to Nolan until I have all the facts. Oh, Dr. Hoffman, I'd like to look at Colonel Cromwell's medical record.
It's in the infirmary.
Faith, let me know immediately if you find any trace of the fungus.
Be careful, Faith.
take a look at it. You might want to add something to it. As soon as Faith is finished with her analysis, I'll ask Connie to code it and send it to Nolan.
Do you think she'll cooperate?
I don't know. If she doesn't, I'll send it myself. Hello, Faith. Have you found anything? Faith, are you down there? Answer me.
Try the infirmary.
Hello, Faith, are you there? Maybe she's in her room. Hello, Faith, this is Gordon. Are you there? Answer me. Answer me, Faith. Have you found any sign of the fungus? She's in trouble.
Gordon, no, the fungus.
My God, she's trapped. Faith, stay where you are.
Get on my back.
Oh, sir.
This stuff thrives on light.
If we don't get out of here, it'll be thriving on us. You better get all the fungicide we have ready. You'll have to spray the whole ship.
Come on, Faith.
Sergeant, seal up the laboratorium. Cut off all electrical power down there. Call the captain.
Yes, sir.
I said seal up the lab, didn't you understand? Hurry.
Yes, sir.
Did you call the captain?
Yes, sir. He said he'd be down shortly.
Shortly. Sergeant, what time is the next supply ship due to arrive here?
Sometime tomorrow, Major.
Contact General Nolan at once. Get him on the Confidential channel.
Sir, I'm not permitted to transmit without proper authority, unless it's an emergency.
Well, this is an emergency. Get General Nolan at once.
Since when are you giving orders aboard the station, Major?
Olson, there's a monstrous thing aboard this station. We may all be contaminated.
What kind of a monstrous thing?
A fungus from the moon. That's what killed Weber. We've got to stop all ships from coming here.
Now, Towers, why don't you and I go out to the recreation room and watch a movie, huh? You need to relax.
You fool, I'm telling you, we don't have much time. We've got to inform General Nolan. We'll need his help.
Sure. Now, come on.
Towers. Olson, you've got to believe me. Forget what Cromwell's told you. We're all in trouble.
That's enough, Major Towers.
I warned you. But Colonel, the fungus is growing in the laboratory. It's spreading like hellfire.
Major Olson, this man is suffering from hallucinations. He can become dangerous.
But Colonel,
take him to his quarters and lock him in. Sergeant Adams, give him a hand. I'll take over your duties here.
He's out of his mind. Can't you see that?
Dr. Hoffman, this man is ill. Space Raptors, you know what to do.
There's nothing wrong with him, and you know it.
Frank, you're the one who's ill.
We must relieve you of your command, sir.
Never. This is insubordination, Major.
Call it what you like.
Mutiny, Major? Major Olson, I want all three of them locked up in the infirmary at once. Sergeant Sloan? Let him go.
Gordon, please let him go. There's been enough trouble already.
Take him on out, Olson.
Is there something down there in the laboratorium? Is there fungus or not?
No. No, it's well on his mind. I've seen rapture cases before.
And you won't object if I go down there and take a look?
Now, wait. I want to send a report to General Nolan. A full report of this whole mutinous action. Tell the General I want their transport ship launched at once. With replacements for Dr. Hoffman, Faith Montaigne, and the military police for Major Towers. Tell him everything, Connie. How Major Towers tried to take over my command. How he held us at gunpoint until Major Olson overpowered him.
Gunpoint, Captain.
Oh, yes. You saw it. You were watching the whole thing, weren't you, Connie? It was mutiny.
I'll give a full report to General Noland. You can trust me, sir.
Good. Good. That's what I like. Loyalty and respect for my crew.
I will do my best to be honest and fair, friendly and helpful, considerate and caring, responsible for what I say and do, respect myself and others, respect authority, use resources wisely, make the world a better place.
Girls, get set for Dream Date, the fabulous game where girl meets boy.
Everybody's playing Dream Date. Dream Date. Everybody's playing Dream Date. Dream Date. If you want to get your Dream Date,
Come on and play the Dream Date game.
will you move your heart? Don't be shy. If you don't click, you'll lose your guy. Everybody's playing Dream Date. Come on and play that Dream Date game. Now you move the board. Take a spin. You made it, girl. Looks like you win.
You'll have a wagon load of fun when you play Dream Date, going out to exciting places, the thrill of dancing at the junior prom, and the masquerade ball.
You're on your Dream Date. Don't act coy, 'cause it's the fabulous game where girl meets boy.
Dream Date.
By Trans-O-Bram.
Get your Dream Date today.
It's the dreamiest.
They're slugging it out in the middle of the ring! And there's a hard drive to the top! And Blue Bomber's block is knocked off! His block is knocked off?
Sure, but you can press it right back on again. It's just part of the action with the world's only boxing robots, the Rock'em Sock'em Robots by Marx. Takes 2 managers to handle the fighters and lots of skill to win. With these control levers, you can keep your fighters in motion to duck punches. When you press this plunger, he throws a right uppercut. Press the other plunger, and there's a left jab. Lots of exciting action and fun for everyone when the world's only boxing robots battle it out.
The Blue Bomber's looking for an opening! And there it is! That's the end of round 2!
Just push the flying head back, and you're ready for round 3.
Boy, this is the greatest!
You bet! The world's only boxing robots. Get the Rock'em Sock'em Robots by Marx.
A treasured snapshot. But you can make it doubly precious by adding sound.
To fetch a pail of water. Jack fell down and broke his crown, and Jill came tumbling after.
Yes, the children stay young when you capture their voices on tape. With an RCA push-button tape recorder. It's the perfect way to preserve the sounds of family living. But that's not all. You'll use it to record historic events and important broadcasts. And to capture the life of a party so that it's yours forever. The RCA push-button tape recorder is fun to own. And a mighty practical investment, too. Especially for a man of business. It's ideal for preparing speeches and sales talks. It will give you a permanent record of important meetings and discussions. It's economical, too, because it can often save the expense of a stenographic transcript. You can keep the tape indefinitely, or erase and use it over and over again for voice or music training or language study. The RCA push-button tape recorder is the easiest of all tape recorders to operate. And because it's made by RCA, you get perfect tonal quality. See it today. The new push-button tape recorder by RCA. First in recorded sound.
Watching the whole thing, weren't you, Connie? He was mutiny.
I'll give the General a full report. You can trust me.
As I said before, Colonel Cromwell was not aware that the concert recorder was operating.
It's this thing about the gun that is so frightening.
Cromwell knows better than anyone that all weapons were ruled out of space as far back as 1970.
That is it exactly. All right, Dr. Stoddard, what do you think?
There's no doubt about it. It's Cromwell himself who's the victim of the raptures of space. Imagining the gun is proof enough.
What is your plan, General?
I've issued orders to Major Olson to release Towers and the rest and to try to subdue Combo.
Should I alert the transport crew?
No, wait. I want you to listen to this.
There was a fungus among us. There was a rumble in the jungle. There was a static in an attic, a moaning and a groaning, a fungus among us. We had a fight in the middle of the
A fungus? What does she mean?
I don't know. And until I do, I want all craft to stay away from Space Station X7. Captain Stevens, come in, please.
Right away, sir.
We'll put that order into effect immediately, General.
Any news from Space Station X7?
No, sir, not a word. We're trying to make contact with them. Something's wrong with their equipment.
Lieutenant Engstrom did receive my orders, you're sure?
She acknowledged, General, and she said she'd put Major Towers on as soon as possible.
That was over 2 hours ago. They must be in real trouble out there.
You saw communications calling Space Station X7. U.S. Space Agency West to SSX7. Do you receive me?
You're off duty till midnight, Sergeant Engstrom.
I know, Captain, but I'd rather be here. We've lost all contact with them. Nothing since 1720.
Well,
please, Captain. I'm concerned about Connie. She seems so scared on that last transmit. I want to be here if we get through to them.
All right, Sergeant. We'll try to get some rest. And remember, both of you, we're both on security. Double A. So keep your lips buttoned. Good night.
Thank you.
We have missed him. There isn't anywhere he could hide.
The Colonel knows every inch of this station, sir. Inside, outside, and even in between.
Someone who doesn't know what he's doing. Colonel sure picked the right set of tricycles to smash.
That'll be enough of that, Sergeant.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean. I think the Colonel's a great skipper. Sure hope they get him without a fight.
They're trying.
Another trace of him.
Major Olson, tell him to meet me in the control room.
Yes, sir.
Let's hope for the best, Andrews.
It'll work, I promise you. Fix this equipment with my eyes closed. Colonel Cromwell made that a requirement.
Well, bless him for that.
There, what'd I tell you? Any luck on him?
Yes, I think so, thanks to Andrews and the Colonel's requirement.
What is it? What did you find?
You better check out the ventilation tubes. I think the Colonel is hiding out in them.
Could be, but it won't be easy. Slow and correct the horizontal tilt. Now let's keep the trim station at all times.
Okay, Major, we're ready to give it a try. Space Station X7.
Dr. Hoffman. My shoulder. The pain. Faith. I hope it isn't the fungus. Doctor, no. We better get me to the infirmary as soon as possible. Don't want to alarm the others.
Receiving you very clear and very glad. General Nolan standing by for your transmit. Come in, please. Over.
Hello, General. This is Major Towers. We haven't a moment to lose. First, do not send supply or any other ship to this station. I repeat, do not program any other flights to this station at this time. Second, we have a very dangerous alien growth aboard. I'm sure it is from the lunar ice caves. According to Dr. Hoffman and Faith Montaigne, it is a type of fungi that grows at a tremendous rate under certain conditions. It can be deadly. It destroys living cells, plant or animal, on contact. Are you receiving me, General? Over.
I'm receiving you very well, Major Towers. I understand your message and will comply. I must inform you this means you're quarantined. Do you understand? Over.
Yes, General, we understand. Over.
Stand by, Major.
General, I must speak with Dr. Hoffman at once. We can begin a study of this fungus growth here in the laboratory. But I must have more facts.
You're right, Doctor. Major, put on Dr. Hoffman. We've got to have more facts about this fungus growth. We can begin study here immediately. Over.
Something's wrong.
Are you receiving me, Major Towers? Over.
Much to be done. Over and out.
Colonel Howard, contact West Coast space bases immediately. Cancel all flights, experimental or otherwise. Captain, get the chiefs of staff on my private line.
Yes, sir.
General, contact Strategic Command Headquarters. They should go on alert.
Strategic Defense Command, sir? But General Nolan, there's no threat.
How do you know that? Suppose that space station gets out of control. Suppose it plunges toward Earth, carrying that deadly fungus with it.
Well, it should burn up when it hits the atmosphere.
Yes, it should, but suppose one tiny fragment didn't. That might be enough to start this thing off, spreading it all around the world. Gentlemen, we must be ready to annihilate Space Station X7, if necessary.
It's here, Doctor. I hate to say it, but it's here.
There must be something we can do.
What? What?
Faith. Faith. Listen to me. Carefully. I've been thinking about this thing. Remember? Down in the lab. How rapidly it grew when it reached a lighted area.
The lights, we'll turn them off.
No, it isn't that. It isn't the light it thrives on. It's the heat. We put Weber in the decompression chamber. Remember? There was no light in there. Only the heat. But the fungus continued to grow.
What should we do? You have a plan?
An experiment. But it might be the answer. You've got to put me into the refrigeration chamber. lower my body temperature to maximum. I don't believe this microorganism can live at freezing temperature.
He may be right. The thing came from the frozen wall of the lunar ice caves. Until it reached a warm environment, it was dormant.
What if we're wrong?
We've got to try. If we fail...
Cromwell's on the rampage again. Now he thinks we're trying to destroy the station.
Do what he says, Faith. It may be his only chance for survival. Maybe ours as well.
Sulfuric acid bomb.
Back away from the console. Slowly. You too, Faith.
That's the gravitation control.
If he activates that switch, it'll reverse the field. We'll smash against the ceiling.
Major Olson, we have too much horizontal tilt. You must always keep a trim station. Much better, Major. Stand by for evasive action. Ready, vertical control jets.
He activates those jets, we could bounce right out of orbit. Well, Captain, the area D in the outer rim is still open.
Major Olson, we've lost pressure in the lab.
Lab, sir?
Yes. Hit by a meteor. Put pressure in the lab.
If you put too much pressure down there, that new plate would roll out.
Major, the fungus. It could get loose. Open airlock chamber in the doors. Pressure out of airlock.
If he opens that outer door, we'll blow apart in 10 seconds.
Open outer doors. This is mutiny. Major Olson, take his gun.
The wall down in the lab is crushed.
It's Captain Weber. He'll destroy the station.
Ow, ow, ow!
Quick, control board.
Connie, contact the general. Tell him we put down the mutiny. Tell him everything, Connie.
I'll tell him all about it, Captain. You can trust it to me.
Get him to his cabin, Sergeant. Better tie him down. Faith, make sure he's comfortable. Connie. Let's get through to General Nolan. We've got to notify the Strategic Command.
I don't understand.
If that thing continues to grow, we may lose complete control of the station. We might fall back to Earth.
This is SSX-7, calling USSAW, Space Station X-7, calling U.S. Space Agency West Coast.
will be next to launch man in space?
Me!
And so can you with Deluxe Man in Space set. You get a rocket launcher, defense base, and 3 different nose cones. Up goes the astronaut to the top of the launcher. The gantry moves in. The space capsule is locked on the mighty Atlas rocket. Blast off! There he goes! Man in space! Enemy bombers approaching. Flash the alert. Open fire!
Deluxe Man in Space, complete with missile base. With astronaut and satellite, you send them into flight. 3, 2, 1, fire! Deluxe Man in Space.
Wow, what a toy! Deluxe Man in Space is sold only at food markets.
I was reminded while viewing the current file that I had left a couple experiments in the biolab unattended for quite some time. I usually keep the temperature in this area well above normal and hope it didn't cause my work to spoil. One thing that remains fresh is the always pleasant surprise when Francine York makes an appearance in any of the files we open. Born in Minnesota, August of 1936, she has the tendency to provide a larger-than-life performance. Having caught the attention of Jerry Lewis, she was cast in 6 of his productions, showing off her comedic side. Big screen films would not be the only place she would measure up. Ms. York performed on television as well. Land of the Giants, Love American Style, Bewitched, Emergency, Lost in Space, Batman, and even product endorsements. She would always warm up the screen regardless of her role. I imagine there's something Space Station X7 can do about this viral fungus. Disease control is difficult, but important. Let's get back now and cure our hunger for knowledge.
This bathroom glass is the best friend a germ ever had. The whole family uses it for drinking, rinsing, and gargling. It's seldom scrubbed, merely rinsed. And a moist glass is an ideal place for germs to multiply. Germs that could spread colds, flu, and virus through the entire family. Why give infection a chance to spread? Put up a Dixie Cup bathroom dispenser. Now everyone can have his own clean Dixie Cup and toss away colds and flu germs and viruses. New dispenser comes with 50 cups. You can put it up yourself easily, even on tile. It's beautifully designed in white, pink, yellow, or green to match any bathroom decor. 100 refills in the new blue box cost less to use than toothpaste. So put a Dixie Cup dispenser in your bathroom in white and 3 lovely pastel shades.
Even if we can make contact with Earth again, I don't know what good it's going to do us, Major. At least we'll be able to tell them we're still alive.
Are we, Gordon? We're not really alive anymore, and you know it. We're nothing more than an event about to become history.
You're supposed to be asleep.
Sleep, wake. Makes no difference now. Bad dreams I have with my eyes closed, they're still there when I open them.
Hey, that's me you're talking about. Your dream boy, remember?
It's as if we're in a giant seashell, far into the dark ocean, just drifting quietly.
Faith. Snap out of it, Faith.
Drifting quietly from nowhere to nowhere. Gordon, we're gonna die in here.
We will not. General Nolan will come up with an answer, and if he doesn't, we will. Right, Andrews?
That's right, sir. You're forgetting the amazing powers of Major Towers.
Now that you know I'm just a crybaby, I guess you won't want me anymore, huh?
Right. Shall we shag now or shall we shag later?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, baby. Yeah.
The nightmares won't hurt him. It can't be half as bad as his hallucinations when he's awake. Gordon, there isn't any more food. Those protein wafers we had this morning were the last.
Well, that's impossible. You said we had enough synthetics to last another week.
I only said that to keep you from worrying. Synthetics are all contaminated. I knew that before we moved up here. And those are just empty cartons.
And the water?
It's all right, enough for about 2 weeks.
Olson, are you still with us? Olson? Are you there, Major?
This is Lieutenant Engstrom, your voice from space. At your service, Major.
How's everyone down there?
Oh, great. Nothing like the life of an astronaut. You just eat and sleep. I wonder what those poor Earth things are doing.
She can still make a joke at a time like this.
Yeah, I told you she was all right when you get to know her. Yeah. Connie, how's your food supply holding up?
Food. Great. Matter of fact, we're overstocked. Why don't you all come down here? We'll have a banquet.
That means they're running out. I'll take a rain check. Connie, how's Dr. Hoffman?
Well, according to the instruments, his heartbeat's still registering. Very slow. Very sure. You know something, Major? I think he's better off than any of us. Because he doesn't need food. He doesn't know what's happening. And best of all, that horrible fungus. Can't get to him in that box.
Stand by a moment, Lieutenant. Sergeant, do we have survival suits stored up here?
Yes, sir. Every compartment on the station has enough suits for all members of the crew. You know how the captain is about the emergency measures.
Yeah, I'll tell you one thing. Cromwell's preparedness might save our lives right now. Get the suits out.
Yes, sir.
What is it, Gordon?
I'll let you know in a moment. Connie, now listen to me very carefully. In one of the storage compartments in the infirmary, you'll find some survival suits. I want each one of you to put on one. Check the power packs. Make sure the inner lining heaters are working. When this has been done, let me know. Got that?
Whatever you say, Major.
I'm going to lower the temperature inside the entire space station to 0. Do you follow me, Connie?
Yes, sir. Operation Deep Freeze.
Now you know.
The low temperatures will kill off the fungus, is that it?
I'm almost certain of it. Remember what Dr. Hoffman said?
Yes, he thought that the fungus died because of the heat.
Yes, his experiment on himself has proved that he was right. The fungus hasn't spread on his body. Okay, let's suit up.
Major, how are you going to lower the temperature? The master switches are down in the control room.
I know that, Andrews.
Gordon, you can't go down there.
Get into your suits.
Towers, I think I have the answer to our communications problem.
What did you say, Olson?
Now listen, if we shut down the reactor, they'll know about it down on Earth. The radar tracking stations will read it immediately.
What's your idea?
Well, I'll show you down in the control room.
Now, wait a minute, Olson. There's no sense in both of us taking a chance.
All right, Major. I figure if this deep freeze idea of yours doesn't work, we're dead anyway. Now, in 5 minutes, I'm going to kill the heat here in the infirmary. When the temperature drops to 0, I'm moving out. See you in the control room, Towers.
You and Faith remain here, Sergeant.
But, sir.
That's an order.
Yes, sir.
Take care of the captain. Hey, none of that. Captain's orders.
You're in command now.
Every week, more and more women wear Bond's cottontails. Do you?
Hippity hop, I wear cottontails.
Cottontails, Vaughn's cottontails, hippity-hop, I wear cottontails, smoothest fashion briefs.
And do you wear Bond's cottontails?
Hippity-hop, I wear cottontails, cottontails, Bond's cottontails, hippity-hop, I wear cottontails, smoothest fashion briefs.
And you? Shh. Are you a cottontail girl?
Hippity-hop, I wear cottontails, cottontails, Bond's cottontails, hippity-hop, I wear cottontails, smoothest fashion briefs.
Bond's cottontails, the lightest, whitest, softest, smoothest fashion briefs.
Well, hello there. I'm a cool pop. Oh, I know I must look pretty funny now, all squishy in this plastic sack. But this is how you get me at the grocery store. I'm in a box with 3 other flavors. Hi, flavors.
Hi, Cool Pop.
Of course, a Cool Pop's no fun to eat like this, all squishy. But just get me home and zap me in the freezer. Ooh, is it cold? Little by little, I begin to freeze into a freezy, cold, squeezy sack of frosty, fruity fun.
Freezing, squeezing, sacks of deliciousness, frozen into fruitiness, frozen into frostiness. Freezing, squeezing, sacks of deliciousness, that's what a Cool Pop is. We're ready to freeze pop bars.
Freeze us today.
It isn't my decision, Howard. It's the decision of the heads of states around the world. If there's any sign of Space Station X7 falling out of orbit, it'll have to be destroyed.
General Noland, we're receiving from International Communications Japan. They are monitoring a signal from SSX7.
We'll be right in, Captain Stevens.
They're receiving Morse code of all ancient things. A tracking station in Australia first picked it up, but the signal was too weak. Japan is much stronger.
They're still alive. One of them anyway.
Yes, and they're using their head. They probably created a signal by breaking the circuit on the nuclear generator. A simple static signal.
That's all those radar telescopes need. With their antennas, a spark gap out there can read like a megabomb down here.
Sergeant, are you on automatic translate?
Yes, sir. The message is being relayed now.
They're all still alive. At least they... And Dr. Hoffman's experiment upon himself proved fungus destroyed by freezing temperature. Interior space station now below zero. Cannot, repeat, cannot destroy fungus outside station. Food supply exhausted. Oxygen supply low. Need your help.
Does this mean that the space station can be saved, General?
I don't know. Here, see that this gets to all official stations.
Yes, sir.
Howard. We've got to think of something quick. We haven't much time.
The fungus is clinging to the outer surface of the station due to high temperatures generated by the unshielded blazing sun. We need to create a screen somehow. That is it, Howard. That is it. A cloud. A cloud, General?
A cloud of sub-zero particles like this.
Separated and is functioning as programmed, General. The tanker pod will go into orbit in 15 seconds.
I wish we could tell them what we're trying to do, Howard. If this operation fails, they'll all die thinking we completely abandoned them.
I doubt that, sir. They know we'd do anything we could.
I hope you're right.
General Nolan, the tanker pod has gone into orbit. It is directly in the course of Space Station X7. We are starting destruct countdown. Destructed as programmed, and ice crystal cloud is now in orbit.
General Nolan. We're receiving you loud and clear, and thank God. Come in, X7. Over.
General, that was a pretty nice trick you pulled off. Space Station X7 is now as clean as a newborn star. What are the chances of launching a relief ship?
You hold on out there, all of you. Countdown is already in progress. Relief ship will reach your station within 3 hours. Do you understand? Don't lose your faith. Over.
Your message received and understood. Over and out.